admin, you have the option to add individual user accommodations or add IEP information to a user's details. You can do this when you're first creating a new user, or you can add it to an already existing user. I'll show you both ways. First, you're going to come up into your main menu in the top left-hand corner, those three stacked lines. From your main menu, you're going to click onto your Users tab. For adding accommodations to a new user, you'll click the plus button in the top right corner. It'll say New when hovered over. To create that new user, you'll just fill in the needed information at the top. And then once you've added that information, you'll scroll down to the bottom. And this is where your individual user accommodations will be. This will include things such as never automatically assign the minimum activity score to my past 2 activities, which would be as if you have that auto 0 applied to past 2 activities. If you check this on for this user, that will ensure that they don't see those auto 0s when they receive past 2 activities. You also have the option to automatically allow retries for below passing activities. You can ignore any activity passwords that have been set by default or by a teacher or admin. You can ignore any time limits on assessments where they've been put by default or if they were added by a teacher or admin. You also have the option to always allow speech stream in assessments. So if it wasn't chosen for your school's academic settings to have speech stream or that text-to-speech available, you can check it on for the user and ensure that they have it where we have it available for their courses. You also have the option to limit number of options on multiple choice questions. So this will allow you to choose a number between 2 and 5. So this will give them, for example, if we chose 2, this will ensure that the student will only see 2 options on multiple choice questions, no matter what course they're in or what assessment they're taking. Below these accommodations, there's also the individualized education program information. And these are both not required, but if you'd like to click edit in the bottom right, this will allow you to either type in information. You have different options up here if you want to insert a link or change how it looks. And then you also have the option to choose a file to add, or if you have a specific URL you'd like to add. This information does not affect their courses in any way. This information is for viewing purposes. When an admin or teacher clicks on that little flag that the student has an accommodation, it'll show any information in here so that the teacher can keep it in mind while they are grading or looking at the student's information. Once you're done adding that information and creating that user, you just click create in the top right and it'll save any accommodations that you've set. I'm not creating a user right now, so I'm just going to go back for now. And then once you already have a user, if you'd like to add accommodations to a user, you'll just locate the user within your Users tab. You'll click onto their user ID to the far left. And then you'll want to scroll down to that same section when you were creating that new user to the Accommodations and IEP section, where you can add any information or you can check that accommodation. Once you've chosen your accommodations for the student and added your information, you'll scroll back up and you'll click Save in the top right. This will save those accommodations and that information that you've added right within the details page. You can always make those changes, remove, or add. Just ensure that you click Save in the top right each time to ensure that those have taken effect. Thank you.